We have already seen how built-in pipes are. Now let's create our own. And I'll show you the mistakes even experienced developers make. Angular custom pipes look simple. You take a value, transform it and show it in the UI. But today inside our poster app, we'll uncover hidden edge cases, pure versus impure performance traps, when not to use custom pipes, and the signal era of custom pipes. Let's go. And if you haven't watched my built-in pipes video, the link is in the description. So we are in our poster Angular application where we'll create a custom Angular pipe which will show our publish date, something like this. So we will head over to our terminal and create a custom pipe. To create a custom pipe, you just have to type in the command which we have been working on since creating a component. So that will be simple. I'll add ng generate, and then I want to create a pipe, so I'll just write here p, okay, and then the pipe name. The pipe name would be relative time because I want to create a pipe which will show relative time to our publish date. Okay, so I'll just add the relative time over here. Okay, so once pipe is created, I'll go inside our custom pipe and here we'll start writing our relative pipe code. I will first add the type checking to the value, the input that is coming inside our relative pipe. So the input value should be of date or string type. Okay, so once I have added the date or string type to the input value, I'll just remove the other arguments that is not required over here, and the return value should be of type string. So I have added that string. Okay, now I have to first check if value is not present. I'll just return the null or the blank data. Okay, if not value, okay, so I'll just return the blank. Okay, now after returning blank, now I first want to have the current date time, so I'll just add the now. Okay, so after adding now, I'll just add new date. Okay, and within that, this is my current date time, which will be I'll get the time from that date time. Okay, so after getting the time, now I will add the date which is coming from the input where this pipe will be used. Okay, so I will add the date. This will be actual date which the user is using. Okay, so I'll just add the new date and passing that value to that date function. Okay, and I'm getting the time from that date. Okay, now the first thing that I want to check over here is that the seconds, the number of seconds that has been passed from now. Okay, so this will be the difference. Okay, so just I'll add seconds variable and I'll add the math.floor and subtract the current date with the actual that where the pipe has been used. Okay, so this will be the code. Okay, now I'll check if the seconds is less than 60. I'll just return this seconds ago string. Okay, and same for minutes. If there are more than 60 seconds, then there will be minutes. Okay, so I'll just add the condition if the minutes is less than 60, which will then we'll return the minutes ago. Okay, and if there are more than 60 minutes, then the hour should be showing there. Okay, so I'll just add the hour condition over here. If the hour is less than 24, I'll just return the hours ago string from here. Okay, and then the similar is for days. Here we will not check if the date is less than 30. I just return the number of days right after we get the days from the math.floor. Okay, so this is our relative time pipe is created with the help of GitHub Copilot. So I'll just head over to our postcard component where we have already used the date pipe. I'll remove the date pipe from here and I'll just add the relative time. Okay, so this relative time pipe should be imported inside our postcard.ts file. So I'll just remove the date pipe which is not used, but I'll just add the relative time pipe. Okay, so once added the relative time pipe, I'll just head over in our browser and see if that is working or not. Yeah, so you see the date is let's check what is the date inside our post list published add data. So this is our published add data, so this is our date. Okay, so we are showing the relative time based on current date with that date. Okay, so this is 12 days ago, and now let's say I'll add the other date from here. Let's add 2026 and then 02, and then let's see Okay, so now if you see in the browser, you see 1 day ago is showing over here, and similar will be minutes ago and seconds ago. Okay, so this is how you can create a relative time pipe and with the help of GitHub Copilot. Now there is a catch over here. If you see in the browser, we are seeing that 1 day ago is shown over here, right? But if you keep this application open, right, for more than 2 days or 3 days, you will still say 1 day ago over there, right? That is the default behavior, and most developers or most applications keep this as it is because of the performance. But we can change that. We can also apply based on the current date time, right? So we can add the set timeout over there, or we can add the pure as false over here. So this relative time pipe will be impure pipe. So if there is any change or any change detection cycle runs inside your application, this relative time pipe will run again, and it will get the current date time based on your current application state, and based on that you will see the updated published add data, right? So that is a mistake over here. You should avoid impure pipe. You should always use a pure pipe. So what we can do over here is that we can add a set timeout, right, based on the published date. So inside our postcard.ts file, we can create a now variable over here and pass it to the relative time pipe. Okay, for example, I'll just add a now variable which will be a signal. Okay, so this will affect our performance as well. So that will be of type date.now. Okay, and that will be of type string. Okay, now once added the now variable, I'll pass this now variable inside our relative time pipe, right? But before that, I'll just add the time based on the milliseconds that have been passed from now. Okay, so inside our on init ng on init, I'll add the set interval. Okay, so the set interval will update the now variable based on the current date for every 60 seconds. Okay, so now every 60 seconds the now variable will hold a new value, and that will be passed to the relative time pipe. Okay, so here inside our relative time pipe, I'll just add another parameter over here which will be of type number. Okay, now I'll just replace the values from now to the current now, which is passed from the postcard.ts file. Inside our postcard.html file, I'll add the parameters. Remember, in our earlier video we have seen how to pass a parameter to a pipe. So this is the column, and after adding the column you can pass the parameter. So I'll just pass the parameter signal variable from there. Okay, now this will be updated inside your browser every 60 seconds. Alright, now just as we have created the relative time pipe, we can also create abbreviate numbers pipe for our likes, the number of likes. Okay, which will show the number of likes like this. Okay, so I'll create the abbreviate number pipe and push it into the branch, and you can get that GitHub repository from the description of this video. So now we have created the custom pipes. There are some scenarios where you should not use custom pipes. For example, where the logic depends on external state, or filtering a large list, or if your pipe is performing an expensive transformations or calculations, or there is a frequent calculation, or you should not add a direct business logic inside your pipe. You should have the business logic inside your components. Now let's see the pure and impure pipes. Pure pipes are default. Whenever you create a pipes, your pipes are created by default. So that will run whenever your input value changes. For example, inside our relative pipe, if the value changes or the now value changes, then only this pipe will run, right? If your pipe is impure, then on every chain detection cycle, even if you click a button, or even if your variable from your component changes which is not related to this pipe, then also your pipe will run, right? So that is a impure pipe. So the safe way to use a pipe is always a pure pipe. If this video was helpful to you, like the video and subscribe to the Frontend Code channel, where we see all the Angular related stuff. See you in the next one.